Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 373 of Prog Review. Today I'm talking about McDonald and Giles, self-titled. It was released back in the day, back in the 3rd of January 1971. It features Peter Giles, Michael Giles, and Ian McDonald. You may be more familiar with those fellows as being ex-members of King Crimson. This was recorded after the breakup, after they broke away from that band. Would you believe it? Little Stevie Winwood appears on this as well. It's a funny old one. This is. I mean, everyone goes on about it. It's a funny old album because it's another one that's full of whimsy. It's full of whimsy. Oh yeah. If you like a bit of whim, get this album, because you will be satisfied with the whim therein. Starts off with oh god, starts off Suit in C, featuring Turnham Green. I like Turnham Green because it sounds like Turnham Green, as in you've turned something green, but it's actually the name of a station on the District line, I believe. It's an area of West London. I used to go through there a lot when I was studying my degree back in the day. It's a jaunty little number, but all you Crimson fans, you want to be heading towards Flight of the Ibis, because the tune anyway, formed the basis of Cadence and Cascade from In the Wake of Poseidon, sung by Gordon Haskell. But yeah, Flight of the Ibis, the words have been replaced and were written by a young chap called B.P. Fallon. He's he's quite famous now. He's a photographer, journalist, DJ. He worked with U2 and email, and he's quite a well-known person in his own right. So it's quite interesting to see him do the lyrics for this. Is she waiting? Tomorrow's People. Again, it's another jaunty track. It's been sampled a lot. Beastie Boys has sampled the old drums on that. On Body Moving, I believe, from Hello Nasty. Yeah, it's true. And a lot of hip hop artists, because it's a really good loop where there's just the drums. You've already heard it anyway. They played this one. Schizo Band, I think, played that one. Yeah, it's okay, but it's a bit dated. It's a bit of its time. You can hear the 60s hanging on to its trouser leg, flared trouser leg, I might add. But I guess the thing that everybody turns up for is the Birdman. Well, it's just called Birdman, but Birdman Suite. I don't know. Birdman Suit Suite, Toot Suite. I don't know what I'm talking about. Starts in Walthamstow apparently. But yeah, apparently the Walthamstow marshes was where one of the early pioneers of flight used to try and take off. Apparently so. Oh yeah, and as I'm from that neck of the woods, I should know about this kind of thing. It's all right. It's so kind of dated and weird and that, but the last piece, when it's the solo piano piece at the end, I think it's called Birdman, the Reflection at the end. Again, or Birdman theme. I don't know. I know Ian McDonald played it for the Schizoid Band, and that's really nice. I like that. It's really good. I got this on vinyl. I picked this up off vinyl for really cheap. It's supposedly quite worth something, but I don't know if that's true. But this was reissued in 2001. Yes, it was 2001. It's a 24-bit remaster, and it even says HD CD on the doodad, whatever that means. It's one for the fans. It's one for you. If you want to find out what King Crimson might have sounded like if McDonald and Giles hadn't left, then you'll be shocked. You'll go, oh my god. And because it's all those bits that I'm not a fan of. I'm glad that we got to Larks, Tongues and Aspic, but yeah, this is a little bit like I say, it's a little bit fey in places. I mean, the musicianship's very nice, but it is incredibly dated, and it hasn't aged well. But that's not to say it's not worth checking out. I think it is worth again, it fits nicely in there between in the court and in the wake of Poseidon. It slots right nicely in there, and around that part, because then you can see, where things were heading. And again, I think people forget that Ian McDonald was quite the arranger and the brains behind that first album. He was the one that, a lot of the melodic substance came from him. But yeah, so that's it. In terms of a rating, I mean, the reissue's pretty good. It's a pretty good reissue. Liner notes from Sid Smith, of course. Yeah, I think it's worth. I mean, I think you probably get this cheap now. It's probably like $5 or something on the old Amazon. So yeah, give it a punt, I'd say. As a rating, three bourbons out of 5. 3 bourbons out of 5, and that's only worth it for Flight of the Ibis, and to hear the musicianship of McDonald and Giles, and of course Steve Winwood, because there's a guy who can play. My name's Darren Locke. I've been talking about McDonald and Giles, their self-titled album from 1971. Oh yeah. And there's only one more thing to say, and that's prog on.